Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. My name is Jessica, and I'll be interviewing you today. Have a seat. Okay, I'm going to start by asking you a series of questions, and at the end of it, you're welcome to ask any questions for the company.
Great. Here's my resume, and here's just a portfolio of the different things I've done so far.
Great, thank you. I will have a look at that. All right, so why don't we start off by telling me a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Rachel Zapp. I recently just graduated from the Art Institute of Vancouver with the Event Management Diploma. I have over 200 hours of volunteer experience through the program, and I also recently lived in Ontario where I also work with events. And I've been involved in multiple charities and organizations, and I've done events from galas to dinners, fashion shows, relays. So I have a lot of different volunteer experience within the event industry.
That's definitely a really good experience. Okay, what would you consider your strengths be?
I would say I'm very motivated, organized, and creative.
Those are good strengths. How about your weaknesses?
Perfectionism. I tend to stress on making everything perfect, and some may see it as a strength, but it's something I need to work on to try to just, if something goes wrong, accept it and keep moving forward.
Good. Okay, if you could describe a difficult situation you have encountered and how you handled it.
I would say with group work, when you try to assign different tasks and roles to team members, and then if someone's not really pulling the slack, and nobody really likes to approach people when they're not performing high quality work. So I think that it's kind of difficult to pretty much tell them that you need to get in line and produce better work, but...
Okay, good. How do you prioritize your work for the day?
I'm a huge list maker. I put notes and lists into calendars, into my phone, into the computer, and I check them off once I complete them, and they remind me to do what I need to do.
Okay. How about a time where you worked on a project that had deadlines, and what did you do, and what were the outcomes?
I personally make mini deadlines, so say if I had an assignment due at the end of the month, I would do okay, this needs to be done by next Wednesday, and this needs to be done by next Monday. So I just try to prioritize what needs to be done and when, and then I always leave room at the end to proofread and edit so that I can kind of see the whole project put together before I hand it in.
Okay. So describe a situation when you were a member of a team and a conflict occurred. How did you handle this?
Personally, I like to confront the person. If it's conflict within me and another individual, I would like to just don't get anybody else involved. Try to deal with it between us two, and if we can't resolve anything from them, then try to get another peer, or if it's school, then to get an instructor to see their point of view. But I don't really like to point fingers or tattle on anyone unless the problem can't be solved.
Describe a situation where you were a member of a team, and how did you ensure all the duties were accomplished?
Whenever I work in a team, I make sure that there's roles assigned to each individual and deadlines that each person needs to make, so everyone's kind of responsible for their own tasks. And then if you do have problems or need help, then just ask questions and ask for help.
Communication.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about a personal goal you set for yourself and how you achieved it.
Actually, like I said, I was from Ontario, so a personal goal for me was just moving to Vancouver itself. Right after high school, it's kind of a big step to go away to college or university and leave home, but it's another story when you're moving across the country and you don't get to see your friends and family. But it's something I was really passionate about, and I really wanted to pursue my education in events, so I took the chance and I don't regret it one bit.
Good for you. Tell me about a time when you felt overwhelmed by workload and how you handled it.
I would say exams. Just trying to balance your personal life and your work life, and trying to finish final assignments and group projects, and then trying to study for exams. It's a really overwhelming time period for any student. I think that it's really important to first take care of yourself, make sure that you do get healthy meals throughout the day and your sleep, because it does have an impact on your work. So aside from, like I said, setting deadlines and lists on what you need to do, you just have to take each day as it is and work your way through it.
All right. Can you give me an example of a time when you made a mistake at work or school, and what the mistake was and how you managed it?
One of my in-class assignments in school, like I said, I'm a perfectionist, so I spent too much time working on the format of the cover page and trying to get everything to flow that I didn't leave enough time to actually format the entire project in the in-class assignment period. So it's just a learning curve. You have to realize how to manage your time, and something I'm working on too.
Right. Tell me about a time when you had to stand up for a decision you made, even though it made you unpopular.
I'd probably have to say in elementary school, I really wanted to run for Prime Minister, and at the time it wasn't really the popular thing to do because everyone liked to go out for recess, right? But it was just something I really wanted to do, and I wanted to get involved with the student body in the school, so I ran for it and I won it, and I didn't really care what other people thought, and I enjoyed it.
Okay. Careful listening and effective communication go hand in hand. Tell me about a time when your ability to listen helped you communicate better.
In high school, we had an in-class activity exercise kind of thing, and everyone in the class was blindfolded and they had to arrange themselves from shortest to tallest. So it was kind of just like a learning lesson that how important it is to listen to one another and allow other people to speak so that you can solve the issue quicker. Because if everyone's talking at the exact same time, and nothing's going to happen. So I think listening is really important in order to communicate.
All right. And have you ever had to document or write down a process for your boss or teacher? If so, give me an example of your experience.
In a lot of our classes through the Art Institute, we were assigned to do critical paths and production schedules. And it was just an eye-opener because I've never actually worked with documents like that before. And I think it kind of helped me understand the industry a bit more. And it kind of includes the 5 W's and H in more of a organized and easy to read format. So I think those are really helpful tools that can benefit me in my future.
All right. And tell me what your top 3 values are.
I'd say I'm very trustworthy, honest, and like I said, creative. I have that creative tick to me.
And why should I hire you for this position?
I'm really passionate about events. It's not just planning an event from start to finish that I love, like coordinating the event or the decor and working with a client from start, but I'm really passionate about raising money and awareness for charitable organizations, and I think that that's really important in an employee to work with a not-for-profit.
Great. Well, that's all the questions I have for you today. Is there anything that you'd like to ask?
What did you like most about the previous employee that had this position?
They were extremely dedicated. They made sure that they always showed up on time and completed the tasks that they needed to do. And so I look for that in any employee that I have.
Great.
Okay. Is there anything else?
I think you answered most of my questions.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for
Thank you.
meeting
It was
with
nice
me.
meeting you. And here's my business card.
Thank you.
And I look forward to hearing from you.
Wonderful.
Thanks. Take care.